Have you been sitting on the sidelines because you just can't scrape enough money together for a down payment, or you can't make the numbers work right here in Denver? Well, here's why sitting on the sidelines might not be the best bet. You can invest in real estate across the country and eventually get into the Denver market where you might see a different return, more appreciation, and so on. And the secret is I can still help you do that. So let's dive in to this as we start building wealth sooner rather than later for you to make the best return on your investment and eventually break into whatever market that you want to be in. I'm Jeremy Kane with eXp Realty. I happen to have 180 agents in 36 states, 3 countries now, and the opportunity to invest is absolutely there. The numbers may not work in Denver or right where you're at, but if we get started sooner, we can do that. I help people just like you, as I have done for myself, invest in real estate and build wealth through real estate. If you are interested in learning anything about that across all platforms, short-term rentals, long-term rentals, anything of the sort, I am the guy. So reach out, let's have a conversation and make a plan for you to start investing today. There is an absolute myth that says that you only need to invest where you live. Early on in my career, I went to a lot of investment strategy classes, and one of the pieces was know the streets in the town that you're investing in. That was then, this is now. With the opportunity of technology, amazing property management companies throughout the country, you still have the opportunity to get in, maybe at a lower entry level, and grow your investment portfolio and eventually get to where you need to get to. It might take a strategy, but it's kind of like buying your first home. Your first home isn't going to be your dream home, so your first investment doesn't need to be that perfect, high yield cash flow investment if we have a strategy and we can implement it. So this belief does hold people back, and I get it. The truth is that I can connect you with trusted individuals, be a part of the process, and help execute on whatever plan that we create. And in the meantime, connect you with an amazing agent who does understand and knows the street names in those markets. And I would be happy to do so. As we kind of unpack this, Denver might not be the best place to start, especially if you're not, doing the house hack thing and investing with low down payments and moving every couple of years and so on. An amazing method, but not always available. In the event that this is you and you can't move or house hack even in the Denver market, you need 20% down for an investment property, 25% for a duplex, triplex, quadplex. And so when we step back and look at it, I will discuss some markets later in this video that could be options for you, depending on short-term, long-term, and all the things. And these are just a few of the top, investment places. But we need to first understand, what are we looking for, right? Are we looking for mass cash flow? Are we looking for appreciation over time? Because sometimes you can't get it all. It's not 2020, it's not 2021. And ultimately, we need to make sure that we are making the right decisions, and sitting on the sidelines may lead to never getting to that point, never starting to accumulate that asset. That at the very least is having principal buy down paid by someone else that you can eventually cash in on. So Denver might not be the best place to start. Colorado might not be the best place to start. Affordability is high. If you're a, early on investor and you're trying to do the conventional investment route with long-term rentals and holding, or short-term rentals and holding in general, those interest rates sometimes have knocked off a ton of cash flow opportunities that we may have had in the past. And so as we look at this, let's talk about why a remote market might matter, right? It could be a blossoming market. It could be a lower price to rent ratio. The truth is that, houses in general certainly are deferred and different as far as what they can return on rents. However, if the price is lower and the rents are moderately lower, but still not below that cash flow number, that's where we can really get into it. So you want to look for places with job growth, population growth, development stuff that's going on that maybe aren't at that level that we're seeing in the Colorado, Denver metro, northern Colorado area, where the prices have just gotten so escalated. Marry that with a higher interest rate, and we become very much strapped to make the numbers work, even to break even. Now, as a first investment, I would highly suggest that you do have cash flow opportunities, and that's where we can work to find it. Maybe you have family members in another area that would be a good, piece. They could be your eyes and ears on the ground. Or it's about finding a really good property management company that you're comfortable with, which we can assist with as well. And so as we do that, I can help you vet markets. I can help meet you where you're at and understand what your goals are. And once we have those goals, we can identify these markets and we can start doing the research and helping you find those, and then ultimately connecting you with an amazing agent in that area that also understands your goals and your platform and can be a great asset to you. So if we're looking at this and it's a long-term rental, right? Something that, in the past has been a great opportunity. There are few and far deals in Denver, even with the seller concessions and the, kind of stagnant growth that we've seen over the last couple of years. It still doesn't make the numbers work. So what are some of those markets? The truth is that I'm actually recording this video ahead of time. And if you're watching live, I'm actually in Cleveland, Ohio, or the surrounding areas. One of the hottest rental markets there is Cleveland, Ohio, right? There's affordable homes, there's strong rental demand, and cash flow is attainable in this area. I'm here now. So if you're watching this and you want me to do some research, I can go walk a property for you right now, right? If you're watching it later, we'll figure that out too. Birmingham, Alabama, landlord friendly, low cost and growing job market. Indianapolis, Indiana. Great appreciation, rental stability combo. So, as we go, we can narrow down specific zip codes and cities and areas that might be hotbeds for either mass appreciation or high demand in rental, so that you're finding that piece. If you're more of the short term, more bang for your buck, cool part about short term is if you vacation places, sometimes you can get out there and, use the property, right? You can't go use a long-term rental if you're vacationing in Cleveland, Ohio, like I love to do because my amazing family lives there. But some of the hottest short-term rental markets, Blue Ridge, Georgia, it's a popular mountain escape. Strong Airbnb laws. And as of now, that's what we have to focus on. With the short-term investment, we always want to back that up with long-term, because guidelines can change, license laws can change, and we just want to make sure you're protected overall. Kissimmee, Florida, close to Disney, not necessarily Orlando. It's a tourism-driven market, which obviously is ideal for, short-term rentals. Scottsdale, Arizona, yeah, maybe a little higher price point, surrounding areas, year-round sun, business, vacations, you got the pools, you can have some attractions within your short-term rental that absolutely could attract people to this area. Booming, obviously, economy and so on. So short-term rentals do take a little bit more work, but with the right plan, with the right team in place, we can absolutely make that happen. Property management on the short-term rental side, 20 to 30%. Property management on the long-term side, 7 to 13% typically. 10% is a pretty good average. So we will take all of that into account when making this strategy work. So the truth is that there is opportunity. If you've been waiting to invest in Denver and it just doesn't seem to be coming to fruition for you, let's have a conversation. We could find that diamond in the rough. I'm not saying that we completely block that out, as somebody who's, made very wise real estate investments in the Denver metro area, I see the deals, I understand the deals. Obviously, I sell homes and help people buy homes in this market specifically. And so it's still a possibility. So don't rule that out. But if the goal is to build wealth through real estate, you want to start accumulating assets, you can't wait for the perfect time. You can't wait for the, price crash, which I don't think is coming. You can't wait for the interest rates to fall, because we've been talking about how those are going to, fall in the next 3 to 6 months for, 2 to 3 years at this stage. So let's have a conversation. If you're interested, comment invest remotely and we can have a conversation. I will reach out to you. I will find you. You can send me a DM on Instagram, JKCO Realtor _. You can call me, text me 303-210-0378, and we can make this happen. I want to make your investment goals come to fruition, but we have to start sooner than later, and waiting is probably not the answer if you're ready to take the leap. So reach out, let's have a conversation. Again, I've done it myself, from buying my first house at 19 and obtaining 6 rental properties over time, both short-term and long-term. We have the opportunity, I have the skill set to help you find that perfect investment so that you can get to that next one. You can get to that dream investment, just like I help people find their dream homes, but typically it's not the first one. So I hope that helps. I hope you have a good one. We'll be back live and in person next week, but I appreciate you tuning in, and I can't wait to have these conversations with you. There's nothing that excites me more than somebody who's ready to take the leap, making a plan and executing on that plan. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.